I am a cancer survivor, and I had just moved to Fayetteville, or Northwest Arkansas, in the fall of 2015. And I always have enjoyed volunteering. You know, moved here from Minnesota, and I've always enjoyed doing volunteer work, and I just felt that this was a good opportunity to work with other cancer patients and see if I could be of some comfort or help to them, and to help the organization. Well, I mostly will work at the Highlands Clinic, and I volunteer in the chemo department. And what that entails is getting the patients anything they might need, which would be beverages, warm blankets, crackers, answer any questions they might have. Also, we help the nurses with the laundering the blankets. It's all light work, keeping the soda machine filled with sodas, making coffee, that sort of thing. And a good part of the time I spend just talking to the patients and visiting. Some people are there by themselves, and I remember those days back when I was getting chemo, and it can be hours of just sitting, and they enjoy the company. And for others, they might be scared or nervous if they're just starting out on the journey, and hopefully it can be of some comfort, especially if they have the same type of cancer that I have, that I can speak of my experience and maybe give them, a sense of this is all going to be okay. Well, there's one woman in particular, and she is so interesting. She's always so fun to talk to, and she's really upbeat and positive. And her cancer had spread, and she had it in several organs, but she always maintained a positive, upbeat outlook. She's traveled the world. She was a school teacher. She's very well read, and she just would have the most interesting stories, and I loved chatting with her. And she hadn't come in for quite a while. I hadn't seen her, and I was really worried about her and had no means of communicating with her outside of the clinic. So I was worried about, what had happened to her. And then one day she showed up, and here she had been in the hospital for a little over a month. And she came in, and she was doing so much better. And she gave me a big hug when she saw me, and I had just been thinking about her, and weighed heavily on my heart, and then there she was. So that was fantastic to hear from her. And it was that same day another patient had come in who I hadn't seen in a while, and I was concerned about her circumstances and her health, and then she came in and had a good story about how her scan came back and the cancer had receded, and she didn't have to have treatments much longer. She was just getting fluids and that sort of thing. So there's good outcomes, and those are the ones that really make me leave and be excited, and glad that I do what I do.